Day 5 of testimonies in the Diddy trial has just concluded, and the names of several celebrities allegedly connected to him are being unveiled. Jurors received a list of A-list figures who are expected to be mentioned during the proceedings. Additionally, one of Diddy's former bodyguards has come forward, claiming that Diddy paid him to remain silent about the entire situation. This revelation suggests that Diddy wasn't acting alone. There was an entire network of accomplices involved in covering up his crimes.
Here's why Michael B. Jordan, Kanye West, and more celebrities were name-dropped at Sean Diddy Combs' trial. As jury selection in the mogul sex trafficking trial got underway May 5th in New York, NBC News reports prospective jurors were shown a list of more than 100 names of people and places that may be referenced during the trial, including actors Michael B. Jordan, Mike Myers, and rapper Kanye West. While the aforementioned celebrities are not implicated in the case, the potential jurors were asked whether they knew any of the names listed and whether it would impact their ability to be impartial, per the outlet. Attorneys did not share an explanation for the list. The names of women who have taken legal action against Combs were also on the list, including his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, whose November 2023 sexual abuse lawsuit against the rapper was settled one day after it was filed. Danity Kane alum Dawn Richard, who accused Combs of sexual assault in a lawsuit filed in September, was also listed. Combs has denied any wrongdoing in both cases.
As Diddy's trial progresses, several crucial witnesses and victims have disappeared. Sources close to Diddy say this is just the beginning.
And whenever these trials come about, the closer you get to the trial date, a lot of things start happening to remove people from the case that are going to strengthen the case for the prosecution. And I feel like we're watching that take place now with one of the male sex worker guys who provided tapes to the feds. He's disappeared. And this is similar to what happened in the Tory Lanez case, where the bodyguard whose DNA was on the weapon, he disappeared. So I expect to see a lot of strange things take place. I expect to see the defense team do a lot of steps to lighten the image of Combs, and we've been watching that take place.
From what you know about him, Sean Combs, obviously the perception of him has changed dramatically since these allegations were made and since he got charged. I mean, from everything we're seeing now, he seems a very unpleasant, nasty, violent piece of work. Is that a correct assessment?
The assessment is going to be correct. So what I've learned is whenever you see a gentleman like this from affluence and power, whenever they have an addiction to MDMA or the drug ecstasy, they call it the love drug. So he's been doing this drug for over 20 years. So that's going to lead his view skewed when it comes to sexual activity. I believe it's helped turn him into a sexual deviant.
Anyone who dares to speak out against Diddy faces a tragic and premature fate. In an episode of Piers Morgan's show, celebrity bodyguard Big Homie Cece revealed that he was threatened for speaking against Diddy. It's no coincidence that Kim Porter died from pneumonia. Terrible events are unfolding behind the scenes, and this case is just the beginning.
Right. Well, Piers, let me ask you a question. From your journalistic perspective, have you ever noticed how in this industry, people untimely meet their demise as soon as somebody else seems like they're having a problem? Have you ever seen that before?
Well, there was, of course, the case of one of his other ex-girlfriends, Kim Porter, who died of pneumonia at a very young age. You just referenced your own situation with pneumonia that you believe was deliberate poisoning. Do you believe that may be what happened to her?
Why are so many people coming down with pneumonia? Why is that happening to everybody? What is that about? Where have you ever seen this many cases of pneumonia associated with one situation? So, you know.
There were rumors.
I'm not saying.
Well, I was going to mention on this that there have been rumors circulating online that Diddy may have poisoned Jamie Foxx, which caused his 2023 hospitalization. In his Netflix show, he compared Combs to the devil in revealing his near-death experience after a brain bleed and stroke. He said, I say this all the time, I saw the tunnel, I didn't see the light. It was hot in that tunnel. I thought, shit, have I gone to the wrong place? I looked up the end of a tunnel and I thought I saw the devil saying, come on, or was that Puffy? I'm effing around, but if that was Puffy at a flaming bottle of Johnson.
Justin Bieber is finally breaking his silence on the Diddy situation, trying to distance himself as much as possible from the controversy. It's surprising that Justin waited nearly a year to respond to the allegations, and he chose to speak, out only after several celebrities were named. Was this all part of a plan? Or is Justin hiding something? After months of speculation about their past relationship, Justin's representative spoke to ET, addressing the ordeal.
Justin is not among Sean Combs' victims. There are individuals who were genuinely harmed by him. Shifting focus away from this reality detracts from the justice these victims rightfully deserve.
Bieber's controversial connection to Diddy is drawing attention online, especially as the rap mogul faces indictment on sex trafficking and racketeering charges he denies. Old videos of the two hanging out while Justin was underage have resurfaced, showing moments like, "Let's just go get some girls."
Let's just go get some girls. Let's go get some girls.
Man after my heart, that's what I'm talking about.
An old segment from Jimmy Kimmel Live has also resurfaced, adding to fans' concerns about what may have happened behind the scenes with Diddy.
There's also this old Jimmy Kimmel Live segment, adding to fan fears about what might have gone down with Diddy.
Got me a Lamborghini.
Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last
He
time.
had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Oh, apparently not.
Some things, everything ain't for everybody.
All of this comes as Justin Bieber's fans grow increasingly worried about him. His erratic social media posts continue to raise concern week after week, with many wondering if he's been affected by what he's seen behind the scenes in the industry. Meanwhile, Danity Kane member Dawn Richard, part of a group Diddy once managed, recently testified in the ongoing trial. She revealed first-hand accounts of Diddy's violent behavior and is currently suing him for sexual harassment. According to her testimony, Diddy maintained tight control over several artists under his label. After Danity Kane disbanded, Richard joined Diddy's group Dirty Money. On the stand, she told jurors she witnessed Diddy strike Cassie Ventura with a skillet full of eggs at his Los Angeles home in 2009-07-18.
Richard added, "I was scared for her. I was scared to do anything."
Richard's testimony in Combs' ongoing trial comes 8 months after she filed a lawsuit accusing the rapper of subjecting her to years of abusive and inhumane working conditions. The allegations include groping, physical assault, and false imprisonment. The lawsuit, filed in September and obtained by Entertainment Tonight, detailed these disturbing claims.
Mr. Combs frequently held meetings with Ms. Richard wearing only his underwear, despite Ms. Richard's protests and repeated requests for him to put on clothing.
In her filing, the 41-year-old also claimed that Combs ordered her to undress to her underwear, made degrading comments about her body, and repeatedly entered her dressing room without warning while she was unclothed. She further alleged that he touched her without consent, claiming it was to demonstrate instructions to the stylist.
You understand? Because you might not like it. Something is wrong if you don't think that dude groomed that young girl. Took that impressionable young girl who wanted to be a star, who wanted all her dreams that she had to come true, and fed her drugs, fed her pills, fed her alcohol, and fed her mushrooms and things that she never took before, to F her mind up, and then put her in a position that she thought that what little shit that she had, that she didn't want to lose it. If you didn't think that he did something and did that to her, bruh, I gotta say something wrong with you.
Everything Diddy has done is finally being exposed, and the situation has gotten so serious that even his legal team is now admitting to the jury that his actions are indefensible. They've acknowledged that Diddy has a history of violence, signaling just how overwhelming the evidence has become.
Now, here's Fox. Go ahead, Rob.
What jurors heard today were tales of appalling physical abuse by Sean Combs as prosecutors portrayed him as a monster who controlled people and plied them with drugs, threats, money, brandishing guns. during these on-camera sexual performances that he liked to call freak-offs. And in fact, jurors were shown for the first time today that horrifying videotape. Combs brutally beating and dragging his then-girlfriend. And then a male escort took the witness stand, and he talked about how he saw firsthand that same young woman repeatedly battered by the defendant, who then tried to bribe a hotel security guard with a stack of cash to get rid of the evidence. In opening statements, what struck me was how the defense attorney openly admitted that her client committed domestic violence, but then tried to argue, well, that's not sex trafficking for which he's charged. Technically, yes, but it is an underlying crime in the racketeering case against him, which includes kidnapping, arson, sex crimes, bribery, obstruction, all part of this alleged criminal enterprise run by Sean Combs. His attorney also admitted to the jury that her client's conduct is, quote unquote, indefensible, and that he may be a sexual deviant, but that doesn't make him a criminal, which strikes me as not a terribly great defense.
Even on the day of his arrest, despite knowing he was about to be taken into custody and having relocated to New York to surrender according to his lawyers, Diddy was reportedly still involved in so-called freak-offs. When officers arrived, they found him in a hotel room with $9,000 in cash and multiple bags filled with baby oil and Astroglide. On the fifth day of the trial, Homeland Security Special Agent Yasin Binda testified in court, detailing the discovery of cash.
Signed them on the 6051 form. What was found in the closet? They then show a picture to the jury, and it was plastic bags full of Johnson & Johnson baby oil and Astroglide bottles. And you're telling me Diddy is still doing this, knowing that they have already raided his house, knowing that they are about to blow down on him? What was found in the bathroom? Several bottles of baby oil, and they show that picture to the jury. Now the bedroom. What was found in the Louis Vuitton bag? Medication in the name of Frank Black. That is the name that Cassie Ventura said Diddy used as an alias. And what was the medicine? Bags of pink powder found in the medicine bottles. And then they showed a picture to the jury of it being found and tested by Customs and Border Patrol. Reading from the slip where they tested it from, the pink powder was found to be K and MA in the bottle. And then they actually passed around the physical evidence to the jury. What was found in the black mini backpack? $9,000.
Several high-profile celebrities are reportedly growing anxious as Diddy's trial unfolds, and Justin Bieber isn't the first to publicly distance himself. Both Will Smith and Dallas pastor T.D. Jakes have quietly stepped back from the spotlight, seemingly trying to avoid being dragged into the controversy. Sources claim they're aware their names might come up once the court begins playing the tapes. None of this is entirely new. Back in 2018, Diddy's alleged sex slave, Jonathan Audi, came forward with similar claims, saying Diddy was pimping out Cassie to other men and hosting so-called freak-offs. At the time, no one believed him. Many dismissed him as unstable. Interestingly, actor Orlando Brown said the same things and was also labeled as crazy. It's becoming clear that anyone who tried to speak out against Diddy in the past was silenced or blackballed by the industry.
Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay, okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They're all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay?
Who supporter?
Hamas.
Hamas. Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worry.
Hamas supporter, okay? Right. I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot.
Well, hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden that.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
We made love. Who
you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you seen Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker tried to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
And Cat Williams. What's his name?
Bro, you smashing a lot of people.
What's the name? Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher's a gusher. And
Watch as Cat Williams calls out Bishop T.D. Jakes, and watch as T.D. Jakes and Gino Jennings responds.
I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, T.D. Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Good, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good because I know the truth.
T.D. Jakes, do not speak against homosexuality.
Diddy's legal team is relying on familiar tactics, attempting to frame the case as a matter of racial targeting, claiming Diddy is being singled out because he's black. However, that defense quickly fell apart as disturbing details about Diddy's actions behind closed doors began to surface. Diddy was allegedly paying people to help cover up his crimes. An LAPD officer who previously worked security at the hotel where Diddy hosted his infamous freak-offs testified that Diddy once offered him a large sum of cash to keep quiet about what he witnessed. The officer had video footage of the events that took place, and that footage is now being used as evidence against Diddy in court.
The first witness to testify was Officer Israel Flores. He was the security officer back in 2016 when we saw that now infamous recording of Sean Combs allegedly beating Cassie Ventura in that hotel hallway. We heard from him. We watched the video in its entirety from multiple angles in order to see exactly what unfolded. And as we watch this video, I want to say, by the way, everything we're about to talk about during this live shot could be perceived as disturbing material. So just want to give our viewers a little bit of a warning here. Watching Sean Combs kick and drag and grab Cassie Ventura by her neck and by her hair over and over again. And then at one point, this Cassie walks over to a phone that's in this lobby, lobby area of their 6th floor hotel room, and she calls for this instant services, and a security guard comes up, and at that point he's able to separate them, and he walks them down the hallway towards the hotel room where they were. Cassie apparently telling the security officer that she just wants to leave, and Sean Combs reportedly telling her that she's not going to leave. And when they opened the door to that hotel room, there was another man, according to this officer, sitting in the hotel room.
Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, also spoke out about this. He revealed that Diddy allegedly called him 58 times, pressuring him to stay silent and insisting that enough is enough. Diddy reportedly used people close to him, including his chief of staff, Christina Courtroom, and his security team, to monitor everyone's actions. They would report back to Diddy, who then used that information to make certain people disappear.
And my whole thing about it is that Puff wasn't right what he did to people around us, man. He wasn't right what he did to people around us. Him being hard-headed, not listening, and not telling the truth and constantly lying cost a lot of people their lives, man. It cost a lot of people their lives. I want him to understand. When I told him, if we don't do something to these doors, people gonna die tonight. And forget, and I wanna say F what other people say, everybody know I told him that. Our whole crew know I told him that. From Slick to Nord, Bunny, Big Boy, Eddie, all the people that was with us that night, know I told them that. 9 people end up dead.
Cassie Ventura just named Christina Courtroom as keeping tabs on her for Diddy. Cassie Ventura is giving her testimony against Diddy right now in his trial, and she just name-dropped Diddy's ex-chief of staff, Christina Courtroom. Cassie Ventura started her testimony about her early relationship with Diddy, and she even admitted at the very beginning she took E without knowing because it was in a Gatorade bottle. Then she went on to describe the abuse that would start happening to her and how Diddy would keep tabs on her. The government asked Cassie Ventura, how did Diddy keep tabs on you? And she said, we didn't live far apart. He'd send security to come find me or a trusted assistant. Like who? David James or Christina Courtroom. And we know that Diddy's ex-chief of staff, Christina Courtroom, has been named in multiple civil lawsuits with Diddy. So the fact that Cassie Ventura just listed her literally sent chills all the way up my spine. Because back in 2018 and prior, during Cassie and Diddy's relationship, I didn't even know if Christina Courtroom at this time would have any part in any of this. Cassie Ventura points out at this time, Christina Courtroom was only an assistant for Diddy. She wasn't even Diddy's chief of staff during this time. And I already know that this will not be the last that we hear about Christina Courtroom. I just didn't know it was happening this early on. Diddy's ex-assistant, Philip Pines, who was on the fall for Diddy, admitted that he testified to the grand jury against Diddy, and he showed us so many pieces of evidence in his documentary interview. He showed text messages between him and Christina Courtroom of Christina Courtroom asking for all of these different freak-off supplies.
All of this ties directly to the disappearance of a key victim. Just 3 days before she was set to testify, a crucial member of the prosecution vanished and has yet to be found. Are we really expected to believe this is all just a coincidence? This witness was ready to testify openly, fully aware that Diddy might target her, and now it seems that's exactly what happened.
With the selection of a jury in the Sean Diddy Combs case almost complete, prosecutors are preparing for opening arguments on Monday, but they admit there's a snag. One of their key witnesses against the rapper appears to have gone missing. This comes as we learn that Combs' ex-girlfriend, who was seen on video being assaulted by the rapper, is pregnant. Here's Les Trent.
Is a key witness in the Sean Diddy Combs trial backing out? Victim number 3, as she's called, was set to testify against the music mogul. The name of victim number 3 was going to be revealed when she took the stand, but the woman has apparently gone missing, and prosecutors say they've been unable to reach her.
People just get nervous, and this person could just be nervous and just has had second thoughts.
If the prosecutor can't find this witness, how might it affect the case?
Look, I don't think it's going to have a tremendous effect. The prosecution is going to call a number of alleged victims. So look, this is just one less.
Someone else is also getting cold feet. A juror sent an email to the judge asking to be removed from the panel for issues of personal well-being.
50 Cent has been one of the few celebrities to consistently speak out against Diddy. In his upcoming Netflix documentary series, Did He Do It?, set to release in early 2025, 50 Cent reportedly shares exclusive insights about Diddy. Meanwhile, reports suggest that Diddy is teaming up with Kanye West to file cease and desist orders in an effort to block the series.
In particular, Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle, you weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way you represent the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it. Just that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like, when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them, and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like, when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little hard.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going with, like, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. You know, so I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally, those accusations are crazy.
Judge Aaron Subramanian has confirmed that Diddy's freak-off tapes will be played in court, but they will not be made available to the public or the media in order to protect the victim's privacy. He stated, "I don't see any legal basis that would require images or videos of these alleged sexual acts to be shown in open court, especially given the clear risk of re-victimization."
The second thing that was discussed this morning, will the media be able to see video of these freak-offs? During opening statements, we heard that the jurors are going to be able to see video of these freak-offs. These are the sexual encounters between, for instance, Cassie Ventura, as well as another woman, Jane, and male escorts, as well as Sean Diddy Combs. But there's an argument that only the jurors will be able to see these. So we'll have to see what happens. The judge is taking that under advisement. Right now, what's taking place is the continuation of the cross-examination of a man by the name of Daniel Phillip. Julie, he is the male stripper that was hired by, he said, Cassie to engage in sexual acts.
From missing witnesses to explosive courtroom revelations, this trial is quickly becoming the biggest scandal hip-hop has ever witnessed. And with 50 Cent's documentary series on the horizon, things are only going to get more intense. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Because if you think this story is wild now, just wait until you see what's coming next. This saga is far from over, not by a long shot.